champions, and welcome to day 18, episode 14. Now I really hope you took yesterday's lesson very seriously. Everything counts, including what we're going to talk about today, which is who do you communicate with? Or maybe it should be with whom do you communicate? I'm not sure, but I know that who you communicate with has a dramatic impact on your life. Now up till this point, when we spoke about communications, we talked about you're communicating with yourself. Week 1 was all about how you used to reactively respond to what happened, but now I'm getting you to proactively respond by, instead of asking, why does this happen to me, asking, how can I fix this so it goes better next time? Then, 2 days ago, we talked about pre-active communication. And that's where, before you take action, you get a clear vision of what you want, you see yourself doing it successfully, you affirm, I'm going to make this work, you practice it in your mind, you pre-actively communicate. Well, today, I want to talk to you about your communications with other people. And communications isn't always a two-way street. So I want to start with those who communicate with you, and you really don't communicate back. You then begin the dialogue within your own mind. I used to love, and I mean love, the show 2.5 Men. 2.5 Men, it was very funny. But after I got married and spent a couple of years loving my wife, I used to watch the character played by Charlie Sheen, and I used to see him with all these different women. And all of them were one more beautiful than the next, till finally he got engaged. And, you know, it's just a parade of beautiful women. And I noticed that it became more and more interesting to me, attractive to me. And one day, a voice in my head, which I assumed was God, said, Mark, if you keep watching this, you're going to ruin your marriage. Or it's going to ruin your life or something. But whatever it was, from that day forward, I've not watched a full episode of 2.5 Men, and it's been a good 7 or 8 months. So, what you watch for entertainment affects you. You see something that looks good on TV, you think about it, you communicate about it. You start to wonder what it would be like to do that and to be like that. And the same thing is true with the movies you watch, same thing is true with the music you listen to. I mean, the books you read, all of it. Who communicates with you is as important as who you communicate with. So keep that in mind. Now, I'm also a big fan of zombie movies, and you know what? I'd be really prepared should zombies ever walk the earth. I know exactly what to do. Shoot them in the head and keep moving. But anyway, you get the idea. That's the whole point of communications and who communicates with you. Just like I'm communicating with you, making you aware of stuff you never knew, do you spend your time watching people do stuff you shouldn't do? Or do you spend your time watching and listening to people who show you how to do what you need to do better? What is your habit? What is your standard operating procedure for how you spend your time communicating with people who only tell you you don't get to reply to them? Then, of course, the second phase of this is those people you spend time with, and it's a two-way conversation. So you say, you know, I've got this goal. I've been watching this program called From Made to I Will, and he talks about pre-active communications and how important it is to visualize. And your friends or the people you spend time with say, oh, that stuff doesn't work. That stuff, no, I tried that once and it didn't work. You have to really choose who you communicate with. There was a study that I heard when I was a kid. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard it, and I've kind of looked around and I kind of believe it. It says you will earn the average income of the 10 people you spend the most time with. Well, those 10 people are, whatever their income is, that's going to be your income. And a lot of what you believe about relationships is going to take place, or you're going to learn from the relationships of the people you spend time with. Whether it's on TV, so if you spend all day watching Jerry Springer, Cheaters, and Maury Povich, you're going to have a tough time trusting someone. Now, when I was a kid, we had this show called Heart to Heart. And Robert Wagner was a star, and I forget the woman's name, but this couple, they were truly a loving couple. And a lot of us shaped our entire relationship desires on having a relationship as great as that. But if you grow up today watching cheaters, I think you're going to have a tough time trusting. If you grew up watching Jerry Springer, where, well, you know what that's about. So I want you to recognize that the people you spend time with and communicate, whether they're on TV, in music, in books, wherever they are, they have an impact on your life. And you have to understand that. What you believe, what you think you can achieve, and what you want to do have a lot to do with those communications. One other thing I want to tell you about communications is this. I am a big football fan. You've heard me say that. But watching people play football is what I do for fun, relaxation, entertainment. I do not expect that I'm going to be a good football player because I watch people play. However, at the same time, I learn a lot about success by listening to interviews with very successful people. I listen to interviews with successful coaches, with successful athletes, with champions, because what they say about how they go about their job and life can teach me something. So I just want to make that distinction. Watching someone do what they do in sports, whether it's golf, football, baseball, basketball, entertainment, singing, acting, and all those things, doesn't really help you if you're doing it for entertainment. But if you can learn from them about how they go about doing what they do, what their mindsets are, what their practice habits are, that can be of value to you. So here's your homework today. Here's your homework today. What is it you want to do with your 4 assets that we talked about yesterday? Your mind, your body, your time, and what you do to generate income. Who can you model? Who can you learn from? Who can you watch what they do so that you can learn how to duplicate their results? So I would suggest you find someone who's financially where you want to be. Not their income as much as their net worth. I find someone who's really effective at making money. This might be a different person, and see how they manage their time to learn, to do better, so they have the time to generate the income they want to generate. I find someone with a great body, and I would learn how they manage their body. And, you know, health and fitness isn't just about appearance. It's a good part of it, but it's about your energy. It's about your physical ability to do what you want to do. So who can you model to do that? And to a certain degree, I hope I can be a model to you for how to communicate effectively and how to form the beliefs and manage your mind so you think properly about all those things. So, one of the best ways for you to manage your 4 assets of your brain, your body, your time, and the money that comes into your hands is by finding 4 role models who you can model and listen to them communicate with you about how they create success so you can duplicate their success. And that's today's lesson. Tomorrow's lesson will take you another step on creating the life you want to live. How about you leave us a comment today? And what do you think about this beautiful background? I'd love to know what you think. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.